Boom, boom. This is Ken, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, so we got Bleach Immortal Souls on tap today. So I wanted to go ahead and give you guys an update because I went ahead and powered through 21 this morning here. And I didn't have much of a trouble with it. You know, the hard part was, of course, getting the stars that you needed to advance. And this one right here, I'm going to need 857, 828. So I'm going to need probably about almost 30 stars to advance to that level. But anyway, I blew through 21. I didn't have any trouble. This first one was the first one was a little bit tight. Everybody ganged up on poor little Shinji, but he managed to survive. So I was able to 3-star all of them. All the ones after that were rather easy. 21-1 is a little bit overpowered, I think. So if you do start on that and didn't do well on that, don't fret, because the rest of these are much easier. I 3-starred them on the first try, some quite easy. And then you just got to, they're tough. You're going to notice it immediately. They have the ability to block, the enemies do. They have higher hit points and better defense. So you just need to power through it. That's the best way to go about it. It's definitely a ramp up from the previous story levels. So yeah, tougher opponents, more hit points. They don't. I noticed they didn't seem to. I don't think the actual damage that they do to you increased all that much. But it just takes you. Because it takes you longer to kill them because they have more hit points, more defense, and more block ability. They hit you more, so, but I don't think the actual damage that they do did not increase that much. So I was able to 3-star all through them, except for straight through on the first try. So it wasn't that much of a problem. But you need to do this because this will take you to red. If you want to take your characters to red, you have to get through there. So I now have the capability to start working on getting my characters up to red 1. So as you can see right now, they're +5 yellow, gold. They will now I can now enhance them up, as you can see, 21-1. So I can start sweeping these and sweeping through all of them and gather the required mats to take them up to red 1, which is right here. Okay, so another note, I was able to get enough because of over the last couple of days I've been focusing on my lower level characters. Promoting them up, and getting them stars on the lower level characters. In doing so, I opened up a lot of the collections. You can get a lot of Omni shards from the collections. If you look at the go into the archive tab and then go into collections right here, you can get a lot of essence. All of these that you see right here that have tombs, they were 5 Omni shards before. So the next upgrade is the tomb. So and this one here has 8. So as you can see, you can get, look at this, 10. And I only need 2 more for that. But as you can see, there's a lot of Omni shards in here on the collections. So you might want to, if you've got a lot of people, but you don't have the gold to promote like everybody, I promoted everybody because I had been saving gold specifically for that matter. But you might want to focus on certain characters in here as you do the draws and stuff, and then promote the ones that will give you Omni shards, because Omni shards is the name of the game if you want to star up your higher level characters. They're still introducing new characters, so there's not a lot of focus on the older characters that you need, so it's hard to get shards for them. So but yeah, so I went ahead and took Shinji up to 5, so I blew through that pretty easy. Now there was a question on I had a question actually on YouTube. I don't normally get a lot of questions from YouTube, but I did get one from YouTube concerning the actual enhancements using the essences on the weapon. So let's take a look at that real quick. So it runs pretty much the same way as the enhancements do for the actual characters. So this is a red 1 on the Zanpakuto 2, okay? Because I promoted it. As you can see, it's red 1 now. Once I get enough essence, I could actually do it right now, but I'm not going to because I'm focusing on others at the time. But I could take this to red 2. And as you can see, red 1, red 1, red 1. And then we got Shinji here. Shinji here is who I'm focusing on next. See, the next I'll take him to 5 yellow when I promote it. And then when I promote it again, it'll go to red 1. So it works the same as enhancements do on the characters. You go to yellow 5, and then you promote it again, and it'll go to red 1, red 2, so forth, so on. Okay. Each one is, of course, stronger. As you can see, you get a power, an attack buff here on each of that. So that's all. That's the way they work. It's same with the clothes, tombs, and so forth. As you promote them, they will get you'll get the buffs, as you can see, an increase. But once it gets to yellow 5, it'll go to 1. Okay, so that's how it works. All right, so it focuses the same way as we do on the actual enhancements through here, which is you go yellow 5, next is red 1, and that's what we're going for now. I like to you can call it red 1. I prefer to call it mythic or mystic, because that's just the way they name it in some of the actual AFK games. You gotta your purples are your greens are your commons, your rares are blues, epics are purple, legendaries are gold or yellow, and then mystic or mythic is your red level. So I like to call it. So I've been going for a mythic 1 on all of my on all the characters. So, and I'll be able to do them all. So 21 is where you do. Completing 21 gives you the shards to do that. So it's just game. It's probably going to be. I got to get like 30 stars. So I'm going to go ahead and start pumping these up. And once I've got my main team up to mythic 1, I'll then go ahead and start focusing on the elite stages, and this is where I'll get the stars. This one's overpowered, so if you do 82 and you don't get discouraged, as you can see, I went straight to Mashiro and I got 3 stars. This one's way overpowered. I mean, you've got 3 captains in there, so it's no surprise that it was going to be difficult. So I just went ahead and jumped into Mashiro, got the 3 stars that I needed. I only needed 2 actually, and I got the 3 stars that I needed from here, and then that enabled me to get into 21. And then I blew through 21. I didn't have any trouble whatsoever, except on that first one. So if you do the first one and you only get like 1 or 2 stars, don't be discouraged. Go ahead and jump to the second one, because the ones after that are actually easier. I found the first one to be the hardest, but yeah, and the others after that were easy. So you shouldn't have any trouble. I 3-starred those quite easily. So we'll have to see about that. But yeah, once I get them, I'll start jumping through these shards, because I got to get like 30. So I'm going to have to do like 10 of them before I'm able to get into 22. And I guess in 22 we'll probably start seeing your mystic +2, red +2 items, where you can get the actual enhancement materials for that, would be my assumption. It looks like so it's a lot. 857. I'm only at 828. And like I say, I think I'm pretty sure everything. Oh, I got one right here. Let's see what's in here. Which one is this? That's this one right here. Let's see if I'm able to 3-star this one now. I think I lost a character on this the last time. I think I ended up losing 2 people, I think, on this the last time. There's anytime you have a linear game like this, there are, I shouldn't have any trouble. Anytime you have a linear game like this, they sometimes have a character that's somewhat overpowered. Yeah, I think what happened was I lost Shinji on this, because you have to beat him in 2 shots. So as you can see, he's quite overpowered in terms of what he's got capability wise. But as you can see, I beat him in 2. So I didn't lose another character. So I 3-starred it. So yeah, see, he's this is another case of levels being overpowered. I just blew through 21, and I'm still barely losing characters on the previous level. So as you can see, there's some mismatching inside of here. That's just the case, Bleach is the team's that does a really good job of analyzing that stuff and adjusting the levels to be a little bit more linear. They want you to be able to beat that before you can proceed to the next one. And some of them are just a little bit too overpowered. As you can see right there, that one's overpowered. Yamamoto's a 5-star, 5-star, fully maxed 5-star, fully leveled. fully skilled, and I've even got awakening on his actual, his cloaks and stuff. So he shouldn't be able to be taken out by a character from 20. But another thing that goes bad is doubles. It's RNG. Like Yamamoto didn't go down on the actual first strike. Everybody does their rage and then they get a hit after. So they rage and then they do their regular skill. Yamamoto went down on the regular skill. So if Yamamoto hadn't got hit on the regular skill, he'd still been alive. So if Grimjaw had raged on Yamamoto but then hit Shinji or hit Yuraku, they would have been fine, and Yamamoto would still be alive, and I would have not lost anybody. But the RNG was I just hit both. You'll find out a lot of times that sometimes if you go through a level and you lose somebody or you lose two people, try it again, because sometimes the RNG, the way the opponents strike back, sometimes they'll do a different strikes and they'll spread it out. So instead of like sometimes you'll like go through a level and you get like everybody will rage and attack on the same person and you lose that person, and but if you go back and try it again, they might spread out those rages and you don't lose anybody. So don't if you don't fail it the first time, try it again. And if it happens the same time again, then it might just be set to the point where they are attacking that because that's the way they've got it set up. Another thing you can do is, for instance, move your strongest character to that slot. Okay, then try it again and see, like if you let's say they're hitting and killing Yamamoto. Well, Yoroku, which is right beside him, is a lot stronger, has a lot more defense and a lot more hit points. Sliding Yoroku over to that slot, because that way, if the AI is hitting on that slot, because I have a stronger character there, he might survive. So you have to strategize some of the levels if they're mismatched. And clearly that level's a little bit overpowered for where it's at, but it's doable at 3 stars. So yeah, so don't fret. Like I say, 21-1 was difficult. I almost lost somebody. I was really close losing Shinji, but he managed to survive. So even if you do lose one person, you still get 3 stars. It's when you lose 2 people, that's when it stretched down to 2 stars. So it's not uncommon to lose a person, but you can try adjusting the slots, put your most powerful character in a slot, and see if that's just the way it's going. There's really not any set time, but I've seen different results from different things. I have been able to 3-star some of the previous levels by just adjusting my rotation a little bit to make it a little bit more effective based on the opponent that you're fighting. So that's always something that you can give a try. But yeah, so it's going to be several weeks before I'm able to advance, because it's going to take a lot of time. Got to power through and get all these up to red. So it's it just takes a lot of time, because you can only get so many sweeps a day. I don't purchase stamina very often. I just hit in the morning and hit it in the evening. Make sure my stamina is full before I go back and do it. But as you can see right now, everything should be 3-starred, and I need I'm at 829. I need 857, so I do need a lot of stars. But everything should be everything's set up now. One thing I did notice after I completed 21 was that I started getting red items in my exploration. I was not getting these before. But after I completed 21, I'm now eligible to receive these. So that's another good thing to start on 21. Even if you're unable to complete it, you'll start getting you'll be able to start getting some of the red materials inside of your idol. So that's always good, because that'll help complete things faster, because it takes some time. So yeah, the event's still up. Like I said, I did a video on this previously if you wanted to talk about that. And I hope the enhancements, everybody understands. Enhancements, in essence, they work the same way. Yellow 5 into red, okay, and stronger. So red 1 is stronger than yellow 5, okay. Yellow's red's the max level at this point. I assume, I haven't seen anybody go to red 5, but my assumption is I assume we can go to red 5 enhancement-wise. Might not, because I'm not sure how far the story progresses past 22. I'm not sure if they have a 23 up yet. So we might not be able to. This might be red 1. Red might be the highest we can go at this point. But I'm sure as as 23 and 24 come out, we'll be able to continue to escalate. They're not even at full level cap yet. The full level cap is going to be 100. I'm basing this specifically on the fact that the growth plan that I purchased way back when. This is a good plan if you want to do this. This is the only thing in the game I've purchased. Is set to go to 100. So right now 87 is the max cap. But yeah, it's set to go to 100, so I assume that the level cap will be increased to 100 eventually. And at that time, I assume you'll also be able to increase. I assume they'll let us go to Red 5. Don't know if there'll be anything after that. I would assume Red 5 would be more than enough to completely beat the game, I would say. I'm already 22. That's this. And we'll jump into 22 after I get to Red 1. We'll have to see. But they're keeping things coming out with new characters and stuff. So I assume the next one that I'm looking for, I guess be Ichigo's final form, which, as you know, is combined with Suigetsu. So I assume that'll be coming out sometime soon. And they've got some more of the Iran card coming out. So they've got some new characters coming out. It's just a matter to see what's going. But yeah, so 21's done, and time to go and red level up. So go ahead and see if we can get everybody up to red. And I'll do some videos as I progress through, just to give you an update as to how far I'm going and how it's going through. And of course, if you do have any questions, you can shoot them out, and I'll try the best to answer them. But yeah, so thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Once you've subscribed, you'll see a bell. If you click on the bell, you get notified each time I drop a video. So this is Kenrir coming at you from the corner, signing out.